Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to episode 2 of Shit Hit the Fan Shenanigans. Tonight we have something special in store for you. It is an alternate reality, if you will. A what if? What if an EMP strike happens? Man, it's going to be a deep one tonight. Hmm.
This ought to be a fun one. Good evening, everyone. I'm Biker Mike here with Farmer Alex, ready to dive into something fun, a little alternate reality for y'all tonight. We're going to set the stage a little bit. What happens if an EMP occurred? Alex, what would you do if an EMP occurred? Are you going to fucking roll over and die or what?
Fuck no, I'm too ornery to die. This is going to be like me and five cockroaches left.
Probably a couple of them cockroaches at the sea, too. A few lobsters. You'll be fucking living in fucking harmony there.
Did you just say eHarmony?
Yeah, whatever.
Okay. I
Just
like
looking for
that.
love in all the wrong places.
Oh, you fucking booger eater.
Well, what have you been up to since the last episode, Alex? Anything fun?
Uh,
Anything
you
exciting?
know. Huh?
Anything fun?
What was
Anything
that?
exciting? You burn anything down yet?
No, I thought about it. Um, Basically, I'm a commercial farmer and I farm all the time, but it's winter time. But I still farm inside. But I got all the stuff to start my home garden stuff, all my seeds and all that whatnot for spring planting, what you will. It's so exciting. Green beans, cucumbers, squash, shit like that.
Nice,
But,
all the fun stuff, all the good stuff for pickling.
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You got to make the dilly beans, man. You got to make the dilly. Ooh, that's what you're drinking tonight. I'm hitting the old Buffalo Trace tonight because that's been my jam lately.
It's a good way to start the night.
Oh, that's good. But other than that, I've been just laying low. It's been cold as hell. We've been getting hit with snowstorm after snowstorm. What you been up to?
Oh, just dealing with the snow and ice every time it warms up, freezes over, then gets down and below negatives again for a minute before it comes back up and snows like a son of a bitch. I couldn't I couldn't get out of my driveway this morning. It was pretty rough.
Oh man, you just got to rock it. Just rock it.
You can only rock it so much till you blow your tranny out. Speaking of blowing
Yeah.
trannies, Alex.
Whoa, you son of a. Oh, God, shut that cock holster. All right. So, anyways, let's get on with the show because we're just insulting each other and drinking at this point. Don't be afraid of this, guys. This is like our love language. We're kind of besties and we just sling shit at each other like all the fucking time.
It's
Like
all
we
in
really
love.
frighten the people around us because they think we actually get into arguments and we're just like sitting there just pissing our pants laughing at the shit we're slinging at one another. So that's just kind of what we do. We've always done that from day one. I think that's why we like each other. So
Our love
with
language
that
is
being
insults.
said, with that being said, let me set the narrative. Hold on, I need to get a sip for this.
You better get a sip. I'll join you.
In a world where love was outlawed. No, okay, I'm just kidding. It was a
Alex and
crisp
his
autumn
boyfriend.
morning.
Oh.
Hey, respect the narrative, motherfucker. It was a crisp autumn morning when everything changed. People went about their usual routines, unaware of the impending chaos. At exactly 9:15 a.m., a sudden bright flash illuminated the sky, followed by an eerie silence. Unbeknownst to the inhabitants of Podunk, USA, an electromagnetic pulse, or EMP, had just occurred. In an instant, every electronic device within the pulse's range began to flicker and fail. Smartphones, once buzzing with activity, went dark. Computers, humming with the energy of countless tasks, died. Even the hospital's life saving machines fell silent, their screens going blank. As the EMP's effects rippled outward, The town's power grid bore the brunt of the impact. Transformers, unable to withstand the surge, exploded in showers of sparks. The entire town plunged into darkness. With the street lights extinguished and the homes left without power, the absence of the familiar hum of electricity felt like a chasm swallowing the town whole. Ooh. Communication networks were the next to falter. Cell towers, vital for keeping people connected, ceased to function. Calls for help went unanswered, and the internet, the lifeline to the outside world, became an inaccessible void. Panic began to set in as people realized they couldn't reach their loved ones or summon emergency services. The roads, once bustling with the rhythm and flow of traffic, became scenes of chaos. Traffic lights, now lifeless, caused confusions at intersections. Vehicles, their advanced electronic systems compromised, stalled and became immovable obstacles in the roadway. The city's transportation ground to a halt, leaving many stranded and desperate. As the night fell, the true extent of the disaster became apparent. Hospitals, struggling without power, faced with the grim reality of operating in the dark. Emergency response teams, hampered by communication breakdowns, worked tirelessly to maintain order. This lack of coordination led to slower response times. The mounting pressure began to take its toll in the community.
Holy shit! You wrote that, Alex?
Yes, sir.
Jesus. You might have missed your calling in life. You sure you meant to be a farmer? Good lord.
I'm just saying. We
I
all
hear
have our hidden
farming fucking
talents.
stories from your mind.
Yeah.
So, all right, the above nightmare has just occurred. What the fuck do we do now?
What do we do, Mike?
I don't know. Somebody told me that you should prepare for an EMP. I learned that somebody around here has already prepared his home office. What the shit? Sorry, my dog whipped me into his tail and surprised the hell out of me. His home office is already prepared for an EMP, which kind of ruined our first recording session, but whatever. That's
It's
neither
so
here nor there.
well that I literally have to fucking hardline to the router because the Wi Fi signal, which is like 12 foot away, will not penetrate.
It's pretty impressive. So, before we dive into this, if anybody has questions or wants to learn how to EMP proof their house, their a room, whatever, reach out to this guy. This shit works.
Join
So,
the Discord. Join our
our
Discord.
Discord's
I would
open.
be more than happy to tell you everything I know and learned.
Shoot us a message on any platform. We'll find it and we'll send you an invite if you can't find it. Do we have a link? We could probably post a link to our Discord in on these videos
The
too.
comments.
In the comments,
Absolutely.
maybe even in like the description. I don't know. I'm not smart enough. On YouTube, we could probably throw it in the description at least.
I'll make sure the link's in there.
We'll figure it out. But there's going to be access. There's a lot of knowledge on there. There's only a handful of us in there right now. There's a lot of knowledge already. So, how to prep for an EMP? It's a good question. As far as the EMP goes, I don't know, but you're going to want some emergency supplies. On that, obviously, you're going to want to stockpile non-perishable food and water. We're talking about canned deliciousness. Go out there and learn how to. What is it? Is it? Do they still call it canning when it's in a jar? When you do the pressure thing in the jar?
Yeah, it's
Pickle that
canning.
shit? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, learn how to can your shit, or don't. Find somebody that does. My mom cans some amazing stuff. I don't know the first thing about it, but I will eat the shit out of her freaking pickled beans and all that. So
You should have helped your Nana.
I don't know if she ever canned, as far as I can remember. But that's neither here nor there. So you're
I
gonna
feel
want
like
to
an
keep enough.
asshole now.
Well, you probably are, so it only makes sense.
It's true.
So we're talking about keeping enough food and water to at least or to last at least a couple of weeks, because it might take you a few days till it's worth getting out of the house. There's gonna be pandemonium, pure pandemonium. People fucking losing their minds everywhere. Make sure you got a little bit of canned food and stuff on hand and some bottled water to last at least a couple of weeks. And water is the most important. You can go a lot longer without food than you can without water.
Absolutely.
In in this, you're going to want to aim for items that have long shelf life, don't require refrigeration or even cooking for that matter. So I'm all about the beefaroni. Uh, what was it last week? We just went over our MREs. You know, an MRE's got so many calories in it, it'll last you. It'll last you a couple days if you really need it to. Not saying it's going to be comfortable or you're going to feel full the entire time, but in a pinch, it's better than nothing. Beyond that, you're going to want medical supplies too. We also went over this, and we had a fun podcast last. For our first episode, it was pretty good. We covered a lot of this stuff on a lot more generic scale. Medical supplies, it's always good to maintain a well stocked first aid kit. If you have prescription medications, you can get that shit in like 90-day supplies. Sometimes longer, depends on what it is. Some stuff's a little bit more controlled. But if it's that controlled, you probably don't need to survive. I mean, let's be honest. But
Pain sucks, but you'll live.
absolutely. And there's always alternative medicine for pain, you know. Sorry, my dog's like all up in my stuff. Oh, how big boy. He's a good boy. Um, like when if I don't take anything these days, but I used to get everything in a 90-day supply just because I hate going to Walmart. Um, any necessary what
Dude,
was I not supposed to?
you better like join the witness protection program now. They're going to be after your ass.
I got I got a membership to Costco for a reason. Oh
Wow.
man. You know what? In this, you know what? We're talking about medical supplies right now. I mean, it's
Yes.
always good. Worst case scenario, a sewing needle and fishing line at the very least. You know, if something happens, you at least got to be able to close the wound.
Yeah,
Um,
super glue.
super glue is fantastic until it rips apart. It's great for a day,
That's true. That's true.
but
Eh,
yeah,
yeah, it's
yeah.
all good.
Bandages, larger dressings, gauze, the medical grade tape, fabric tape, whatever the hell that stuff is. All fantastic ideas to have in your medical supplies, your first aid kit, whatever. We went over it last week. Alex has a pretty in depth IFAC. I've got a an understocked IFAC if I can get the words out right. But even on Amazon, you can get some really decent, IFACs and med kits for 30, 40, $50. You spend $150, you can get a real in-depth AFAC. It's an advanced first aid kit. It's got a lot more in it. I always suggest something like that. I keep one out in the truck just in case. It's not one that goes with me everywhere because I don't intend to ever need it that often. One second, my dog's losing his mind. Come on, buddy. Right dog, come on. There you go. No big deal.
He gone.
He gone. He hears his boy out there, and that's his kid, you know. Um, I mean, input, Alex. What do you think on the medical supplies? Did I miss anything?
No, you hit the nail on the head with that, but I would also like to reiterate is you can have all the medical supplies in the world, but if you don't know how to use them, it ain't worth a hill of beans. So
Absolutely.
make sure go on YouTube. That is a great wealth of knowledge. Look up stuff if you're curious about stuff. If you have stuff in a pre-stocked trauma kit or a pre-stocked med kit that you got, go on YouTube. Look up how to use that stuff. Go on the Amazon and you can order the manuals on how to use that first aid manuals. There's a ton of them that are from the Department of Army. You can get a lot of stuff like that. Learn to use the materials you have at hand if you want to make a difference. That would be the one thing that I would say on that.
Also, don't forget to stock up on toilet paper. We all remember
Oh
what
God,
happened in
we all
COVID.
lived through the Rona.
Yeah, if you don't have your Costco membership, you're at least gonna want to stock up on a Costco supply of freaking toilet paper.
Don't be three ply, dude.
Oh, I'm about the two ply, bro. And then if you really, dude, I don't remember what it was. It had to be back in like the early 2000s. I was just a kid, and it was like the world's cheapest people or something. And I remember, all I remember was in this show, dude was showing off how he would buy like the cheapest two ply toilet paper, and he had a little things to roll it onto two other rolls and get two rolls of toilet paper out of one. I'm not saying do that because why the hell would you have? Why the hell? Whatever. Talk about the
Good lord.
ultimate and cheap ass
Okay,
garbage.
let's keep moving because that wow, this is painting an image. So
Keep that image in your mind. You like it.
how about some backup power sources, bud?
Backup power sources. I mean, I got a car battery or two.
Okay.
It's always good. It's always good to consider having a backup generator. No matter what, you're gonna have something that you're gonna want to have power for. I believe Alex was big on the weather radio, the whatever rechargeable weather radio. I've I've seen them in several whatever emergency kits growing up. I've never seen one used. I think that maybe in class when I was like in elementary school, we played with them for a minute, but uh, I mean, it's always good to have some sort of communication, maybe not to the world, but from the world. You know, able to power up a radio and get. I mean, I guess AM is like everybody's emergency go to if there's an EMP.
Short band
Um,
is what you need.
okay, whatever he said.
It does. It makes the world feel a little less isolated at that point. But in cases of the EMP, you kind of want to consider having a backup generator. Um, you don't want to make sure that it's not hooked up at the time because the lines that are hooked up will and can catch load from EMP and cause significant damage. You can protect the generators by shielding them or hardening them, if you will, with fine metal screen mesh or solid metal enclosure. Doesn't have to be too terribly much like pole barn steel. Like
I was gonna
you
say, like, would
can
a tin shed or something like that? Would that do it?
absolutely that'll deflect a lot and stop a lot. Um, you can also get conductive cloth. Um, that's pretty cool. It's like hardware fabric. You see that in a lot of contractor work.
Okay.
That will work too. Really, I've never worked with that for this purpose, but I could see where it would work. Um,
I've never seen it. And is it just like a metal fabric? Is like
yeah,
uh
yes,
what's the what's that shit that they use in like body armor and stuff? Kevlar, is that kind of like a Kevlar
no,
wrap
no, no,
thing or
no, no,
what?
no.
Okay,
No, it's basically like a steel mesh. It's like a steel mesh fabric.
interesting. I haven't I can't say I've seen it. I'm not familiar,
Oh yeah,
but something
no,
to look
it
into.
exists. Yeah, no, it works.
Now
Um,
here's a question: where would you find it? Would it be like Home Depot? Is that where you'd find that, or
yeah, you can get hardware fabric at Home Depot.
okay? Yeah, I'm gonna take a look next time I go to a hardware store or something because I've never seen it. It's probably a good idea to look into.
So where I've used it in the past is when you're doing like exclusion work. Um,
Now tell everybody what
it,
exclusion work is.
oh, if you're dealing with big old nasty rats or bats or stuff like that,
Okay.
and you need to patch a gap or a crack on the outside of a building, you can use like great stuff expando foam, but a rat or a mouse can chew right through that. But if you use that metal hardware cloth and you put that in there, you use a little expando foam, put some of that hardware cloth in there, and then you do the expando foam on top of that, and then you put a little more hardware cloth. You're basically making it bulletproof to a rat or a rodent, and they can't
Okay.
chew through it.
Nobody likes
Side note, you
rats,
can get the
but
same effect out of steel wool
oh, okay.
for patching holes and cracks like that with great stuff. But
Now you're
anyways, I digress. If conductive cloth will do the same work. Um, solar panels. Solar power systems with battery storage can also be a reliable power source if the grid goes down. Same thing. You
My
want to make
understanding
sure
though
that
is
that
unless
it's
you have a
contained and
lot of
protected.
panels, like you're not getting much power though, right?
What was that?
Unless you have like a bunch of panels though, you're really not getting a lot of power though, are you?
You know that there's really a lot of variables, and I've I've dicked around with solar systems.
Mm-hmm.
It's not really 100% my wheelhouse. Like there are people that are way more knowledgeable than me in this. Um, but with the technology, it's just getting better and better and better. What we had when solar was just coming out to the like civilian market, compared to what it is now, is you get tenfold return off those panels compared to what we first started with.
Okay.
Technology, knowledge, we're just growing and we're getting better in that aspect.
So
But
on that, because my thought, the first thing that came to mind when you mentioned solar was, it's probably been two or 3 years now since I sold my RV, but I only had two batteries, two deep cycle batteries on that thing, and I want to say that the one solar panel that came with it, because it was one of those solar ready whatever. One solar panel on a sunny day would still take like 2.5 3 days to take those batteries from low to full.
yeah,
And I don't know. My thought was I could kill those batteries in a matter of a couple hours, but take 2.5 3 days to charge them. Just I mean, at least you got power, you know. But my thought was, what's the efficient? Hopefully, like you said, the efficiency's gotten better. I don't know how old that technology was, albeit the RV was a 2021. Uh, it's probably older solar that they sent with it. Because why the hell would they send something? You just bought an RV. We're not going to give you brand new shit with it because that costs them money, right?
well, on the same token, you got to remember survival isn't staying at the Hilton.
Damn.
So I mean, you're gonna have to take a mulligan on that one, kiddo. It's not gonna be instant gratification. We're gonna have to boil our coffee instead of having the instant perk going on.
I'm just
Um,
trying to play some video games, man. You're making it difficult when the EMP
I
hits.
know it's the apocalypse is gonna be a bitch.
Forever. Damn
So,
it.
anyways, after that, Faraday cages.
Well, let's go back. You mentioned generators a little bit ago,
Okay.
and we talked about shielding them and shielding your electronics and whatnot. But what we didn't talk about were types of generators. What kind of generators good to have? I know there's a handful of different types of generators. How big of a generator would you say for a minimum, etc. Um,
I am. I am. It all depends on how much you want to run.
so
Now,
what
at
I
my
keep.
house, at my house,
Mhm.
what I need to run, because I have my kerosene lamps, I have everything else. What I need to run to keep the house warm is the blower on my furnace, and then my well pit. And I have
Oh
a
yeah.
generator that puts out enough to run my well pit to keep it. I can drop a ceramic heater down my
hmm
well pit in the winter.
We talking
I
about like a
can run
fifteen
my
hundred
well
watt?
pit,
You're running a lower one.
run a lower watt, but
Okay.
just enough to keep it going. And then I run my well pit, and then I can run my furnace blower, and that's all I need to go.
So
That's
you
all
want
I
to know
need
what
is
I
a
ended
spark,
up dropping in my well pit?
a light bulb.
Just one of those red heat lamps from that you can put in your bathroom.
That's
That
all
thing
you
has
need.
done. It's done great.
That's all you need. But
So
yeah, so when it comes to generators, I mean, you can go all out and you can buy a big fancy digital with digital readouts and everything.
with more
But the
electronics
more
to go bad in an
electronics you
EMP.
have on it, the more it's going to go bad.
So I'm a big fan of. They make the little Honda EU. 2000. You can even go with the 1000. It'll give you minimal power, but the Honda EU 2000 suitcase generators are fantastic. You can wire them in serial, and I mean, if you get two of those EU 2000s together, you can run your AC in an RV and stay comfortable.
And they're
Uh,
quiet.
they're very quiet too. Versus, so I used to manage a pawn shop, and a lot of, especially up here in northern Montana, uh, you got a lot of survivalists, a lot of people that just want to prepare and do the prepper thing, and a lot of hunters, like so much hunting. And our hunting season is in the coldest time of the year. So you got a lot of people that want their generators for when they're out, in the middle of nowhere to stay comfortable. Um, so people will swear they make these I, I'm gonna drop the brand name because I don't know what they would be called, like dual fuel or whatever. But like Predator makes like a 4,500 watt, 4,900 watt, something or other, propane, gasoline, and I think you can even run natural gas in it and stuff. Generator. They're very loud, but they work.
Predators,
But
little red and blacks. Yep.
I mean, this was like a an army green, but yeah,
Oh, the big predator. Okay.
yeah. But it was incredible. You will never be quiet with something like that. But they work, and that's really all you can really ask for when if push comes to shove, it's better than nothing.
That is the truth. Now, why I was bringing up quiet is not everyone's sweethearts in this world. And if
Mm.
something like this happens, they're going to want, they may want to try and take away what you have. So the
There are other
last thing
people that are
you
going to want
also
that
want to
comfort
do,
that don't have it.
you don't want to draw attention. So the quieter, the better.
Absolutely.
Sometimes simplicity is the best. A nice choke, pull start, that's all you need.
Absolutely, and that's why I can't stress enough the little backpack or suitcase generators or whatever. Now I suggested the Honda EU. There's a lot of those little quiet. The Yamaha makes one. Ryobi even makes them. They're great little generators. The reason I suggest the Honda EU 2000 because the 2000 watt is enough for most things. Uh, and it's probably the quietest and most reliable one out there. They make the Predator ones that they're quiet too. They work great, but it's like buying a home light chainsaw versus a steel or a Husqvarna. I mean, you're paying for the quality that you get, and especially you're getting straight down to it. They don't their carburetors are where it tends to go on them. They plug up, they go bad. Uh, in my experience, I've had the best luck with the Honda and a close second follow up with the Yamaha.
And you meet the nicest people on a Honda. Are you old enough to remember that?
No.
They used to be Honda's motorcycle ad.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you meet the nicest people on a Honda.
Yeah, I'm not familiar
I
with that
am
one. I'm a
fucking dating
YouTuber
my
though.
I'm fucking dating myself here,
You're
dude.
showing your
Jesus.
age.
I know, right?
That all
So,
that pep. You got a lot of salt and only a little pepper in that mustache there, bro.
yeah, and the more I work with you, the more salt I get.
The saltier
So,
you get.
anyways, let's move on to the Faraday cages. So, protect electronic devices. Store essential electronic devices in Faraday cages, which are containers that block electromagnetic fields. This could help protect items like radios, small solar chargers, and important data storage devices like, thumb drives and stuff from an EMP. Um, Faraday bags can even be purchased on Amazon and be found to fit almost any budget. You can
Now,
buy
what's
a
a
set of
Faraday bag?
six, a Faraday bag. It's like the
Yeah.
conductive cloth. You can buy Faraday bags on
So it's like a
Amazon. You
sack
can
that
look
you
them
put
up.
over something, or like an actual backpack
No,
with
it's
stuff in
like
it.
it looks like a little suitcase that
Oh,
you
okay,
put your
okay,
computer in or you put whatever in, electronics,
gotcha.
and it blocks it. You can buy a pack of like six of them for like or set of 6 of them for like 20 something bucks plus shipping.
And that's so if I were to Google it or Amazon or whatever, that's Fara. You said Faraday, not Faraday.
Yes, Faraday.
All right.
Now,
Okay.
if you
For
really
our
want to
listeners know,
go
at least I
push,
can read it on the screen, but I mean,
push,
I know that I heard something different. So
push comes to shove, you already have a Faraday cage in your house.
there you go.
Do you know you have a Faraday cage in your house right now, and you
Oh, I
don't
do.
even know it? You do.
Explain.
Your microwave.
Oh, no shit. Okay.
Yeah, your microwave.
Until
Your
I plug it
microwave
in
will
and turn
stop
it
an
on with the
EMP.
laptop in it.
Yeah. Just don't turn it on, obviously. But any electronics that are in a microwave will not be affected by an EMP.
Did not know that. That's good to know, though. I mean, worst case,
Well, what do you think stops the fucking radiation from coming out and nuking you?
I just figured it was magic.
Oh, yeah.
Is
Yeah,
that not
it's
how it
magic.
works? The Wicked Witch of the West or whatever?
Actually, it goes into those little black dots.
Okay.
Seriously. I ain't getting into it, but the little black dots are on your microwave. But yeah, your microwave can double as a Faraday cage. So hey, if you know that one's coming, just throw all your shit in the microwave.
Let's be real, though. How often are you going to know it's coming?
You ain't gonna fucking know.
Not till after it's happened.
Yeah, you're gonna be like, oh fuck, I forgot to put my Samsung in the microwave last night. Just saying.
So, I mean, that's good. See, I would never have known. Throw your fucking phone in the microwave. Don't press start.
Yeah, but
uh,
no, that's the honest truth. So everyone already has a Faraday cage in their house with a microwave. And somebody's gonna go out to Goodwill and like buy up the microwaves and like the old used microwaves, clean them out and like have them in their bug out room with all their shit in it, which isn't a bad idea if you think about it.
it's really
Like
not. You can get them
fucking
for
60
dirt cheap.
bucks. $60? How many used microwaves could you get at Goodwill?
I'd average $5 a pop. I've seen them for cheaper than shit in the
No,
thrift
I'm just
stores because
saying.
you
I
can't hardly give
mean,
them away these days.
you can't fucking say you can't prep on a budget because I mean, come on, we're just giving this shit to you out here. I mean, you can use a microwave, go to Goodwill, buy a used microwave, buy a couple of them. You can like slide your shit in your like panic room or whatever. It's all good.
It's all good, baby.
So, anyways, moving on.
So,
Uh communication plan. Do you
and
have a
like we said, we
communication
started out
plan?
with the well, we already hit on that a little bit earlier with you're talking
Oh
about
yeah.
the shortwave radio and whatnot, but uh, actually, I'm about to get off track because you said communication plan. I'm seeing emergency radios, and I was about to go right into plan the shit out with your family.
Oh
Uh,
no, that's the truth. Well, I mean, we already touched on emergency radio, so I mean, keep a
yeah,
battery powered or hand crank emergency radio. Um, now
but
also,
just like we
I
learned in, sorry, you go.
I don't think I put it in, so like I'll go through and I'll like do the hot sheets for our show. We kind of go back and forth and we edit the hot sheets. Um, so we stay on track. But one of the things I think I forgot to mention is like batteries and such. Rechargeable batteries are what really won't get hit by an EMP as long as they're not hooked up to like anything electrical at the time.
And so
So
on
you're
that, like you can go to, I mean, Harbor Freight. You can get a whole shit ton of batteries for like $8.
the rechargeables.
Fuck if I know, man. I just
He's
know that
on
I
the
got a
fucking
whole.
spot now. Look at him fucking sweat, folks. Look at him fucking sweat. Do you see it fucking beading on his fucking forehead?
That's because I was getting turned on a little bit. I like the abuse.
Jesus, it's not even a forehead. He's got like a 5 head going on there.
I'm going bald. Get out
No, you aren't.
of here.
Oh my god. I'm going gray, you're going bald. I mean, the world's fucking unfair.
That's the way life is. Fucking give
So
up
yeah,
already.
so it's rechargeable batteries that will take the hit as long as they're not like plugged into anything that's going on. Um
Only
just something
rechargeables
about
though.
them.
Even the other one, even everything else.
There's other batteries depending on what they're made of, and don't ask me because I really don't know in depth. So whenever I've done my research and it's like
So
the rechargeables, that's what I went with because that was the easy, cost effective means
and I
and
know that
better
you can
for
get
the environment.
and I know that you can get the rechargeables even at Harbor Freight for pretty damn cheap with a charger too.
So I
Um,
mean, honestly, but here's the question: you got to think long term, okay? So something goes down, you don't know how long the power grid's going to be down, okay? You've got a generator, you've got a solar panel, a solar array with with a battery pack with it, okay?
mhm.
So you have a bunch of batteries like regular old copper tops, right? That aren't rechargeable. Where are you going to go when your batteries run out? You know?
To Wally's.
Yeah, that's probably been raided and looted by them already, you know? So
Yeah.
you have your rechargeable batteries and you have your battery recharger that you can hook up to that so you have a self-sustaining. The whole point of this is to be self-sustaining, self-reliant, so you
Mhm.
don't have to depend on the stuff like that. So it's just thinking about it and thinking long term. Yeah, you can buy the copper tops and they'll go dead and you'll pitch them out. But when you can't run to Wally World, what the fuck are you gonna do? You gotta think long term. So is the rechargeables. You run them off your generator, you run them off your solar array, and you charge them up, and you're good to go again. Now that keeps your emergency radios going, your short or your short band, your short waves. Uh, if you have like like your ham radios, like the medical equipment, you can have you can go on Amazon and buy a Beifong ham radio.
Is that how you
But if
pronounce
you
that?
don't know how to use it, you're fucked.
Baofeng. Bao.
Baofeng, Beifong, Baofeng. You
So
can buy one, but if you don't know how to use it, you're fucked. So
this is
do
true.
your research, do your homework.
So on that, I'm just gonna go ahead and pull this up real quick, and I'm gonna share my screen here. Let me. So they make a phone. Actually, they're cheaper than dirt. They're called Ulefone. I don't know if you're familiar with these, Alex,
Mm-mm.
but let me see if I can share my screen here. Let's just go. All right, can you see my screen there?
Yes.
So on
What? You're on
Amazon,
the Pornhub?
how'd you know? Oh shit, you can see all my tabs. uh, on Amazon for $200 right here, and this isn't even one of the better ones. So this phone is actually pretty damn thick, and they've got a battery that's so fucking large that you can actually power stuff with it. This is an incredible phone for only a couple $100.
64
One of
megapixel night vision camera.
Dude, these things, some of them even, this is one of the cheaper ones, and they even have them that come with an infrared camera and shit on them. You can literally like see the heat coming through your wall with them. I borrowed one from a friend. I shouldn't say I borrowed one. He came over and we used it to help me find where my insulation was shitty in my ceiling. But the battery on this, you could be using it. You could be sitting on the pot for 5 days straight, and it'll playing fucking Angry Birds, and this thing will not run out of power. Waterproof, rugged as hell. I just want to share that because while we're talking about radios, short band, whatever, and power, this shit here for next to nothing, $203. That's not shit. You've got power. You could play Angry Birds for 5 damn days before the stupid thing dies. Uh,
You're really adamant about those Angry Birds.
Dude, what do you do when you're taking a dump?
Usually talk to you on Discord.
That makes sense. Yeah. Now I know what you're doing when we're talking.
Usually taking a shit. Just saying. Anyways, family communication plans. Now that we're away from fucking old Painless's bowel movements,
Thank God. Fucking started stinking here.
establish a plan for how you and your family are going to communicate and where to meet if separated during an emergency.
Just like we
That
practiced in elementary school. every time there was a fire drill, and they even told you go home and talk it over with your family. Uh, it's serious shit. Whether it ever happens, whether you ever need it or not, make this plan because especially if you're like us, we got kids. I got a kid. He's got kids. You the
They're all
most
fucking
important.
grown up. They're on their own.
Yeah, but
You got the
they'll
little
fucking worry
one.
if something happened.
Yeah, I always worry about them.
But when it comes
But
down to it, if you're a parent, especially, it doesn't matter how old your kid is, you're still going to be worried. Establish that communication plan or a way to verify that the other is okay or where to meet up if something happens. It's
smoke
just
signals.
because, right? Just because everybody's got a phone in their pocket these days, my 9-year-old has a fucking phone, doesn't mean it's going to work. And
Sure.
just because we take advantage of that, we take it for granted these days. When back in the 90s, fuck, I'm dating myself now too. Uh, you know, they told you, who knows if your phone's gonna work? Some of us had party lines, and you were lucky to be able to get on the damn phone.
Holy shit! You know what a party line is?
Damn right I do. I'm old too, bro. Just not as old as
Did
you.
you ever? Did you ever fucking call collect home and then just like run it really fast when it says
So,
your name?
so yeah, I came from that generation where there was a payphone on the front of the school. Nobody had a cell phone yet,
Yep.
and when mom forgot about you, 1-800-COLECT. Remember Mr. T? So you know, uh, record your name first and last. Mom, it's me. Fucking come get me. Click.
Yep. Yep. That was what we did. So
Yeah.
moving on, moving on from our geriatric asses, um, transportation. So non-electronic vehicles,
Let's
if
see if your
possible,
holds up.
have access to a vehicle that doesn't rely heavily on electronic systems, such as older model cars. I'm gonna
Poor
say
Brandon is Prius.
anything that is like fucking square body. You know
Yeah.
what I'm talking about?
Oh god, I've got a 1-ton square body behind my shop right now. It needs a little bit of love, but
You could drop a
I mean,
nuke on that thing and it'd fucking run.
oh god, I'd fire right up and drive. The cab's gone, half a steering wheel, fucking 3 cylinders punched out the side of the block, and it's still
Dude,
fucking
that's a
going.
Burt Gummer special.
I don't even know what Burt Gummer is.
I have never wanted to hit you so hard in my fucking life. You've never seen Tremors, you little fucking snot nosed booger eater?
Okay, I have. I didn't know anybody's name.
Burt Gummer. Burt Gummer is my spirit animal. Burt
Oh,
Gummer
I
is
thought you
what
were over
got me
here
into
asking for
fucking.
a Gummer.
You, oh, for fuck's sake. This little fucker over here thinks he is fucking king shit on Turd Island. Look at him. He's
Hey,
peacocking
you
now.
know what? At least it's fertilized.
That's true. Beyond the old school trucks, which by the way are way fucking easier to work on and maintain maintenance than these new beasts.
And when it's hot
Bicycles
out,
and
the hood has enough room to crawl in there and be shaded from the sun.
yeah, it does. Bicycles and manual transport. Bicycles and other non-electric forms of transport can be useful if cars are inoperable. Honestly, I see Biker Mike just out there in Daisy Dukes and fucking rollerblades going down the road.
You know what? I would too. Like, I've got a pair of cut off Daisy Dukes.
That does not fucking surprise me.
I wear it to car meets and shit just to fuck with people. Plus I'm sexy as shit.
Jesus Christ.
I got pictures. I'll post them.
No, please, I'll pay you not to post them.
I'm just saying. Cowboy boots, a
No,
pair of Daisy Dicks, and a cut off flannel. And I've
Daisy
got a suit.
Dicks. What the? That was a Freudian slip.
That's what they're called. I mean, I'm not a chick. I'm not
God.
Daisy Duke, but I got a set of Daisy
Oh,
Dicks.
sweet Lord. Home preparedness.
You don't want to
Hardening
go
your
further?
home. Oh my God. Hardening your home. Invest in surge protectors and other devices to protect your home's electrical systems. To be honest, yeah, invest in them because of a lightning strike. But if an EMP hits, you're your shit's fucking cooked. It's not gonna surge
Everything I
protector's
have
not
is
gonna do
plugged
shit.
into a surge protector, and not because I planned on that, but because 2 outlets is never enough.
Yeah, never enough. Alternative heating and cooking have a non-electric means of heating and cooking, such as a wood stove, propane camp stove, or an outdoor grill. Hey, most everybody's got that, even if it's like a little one of those little miniature ones you take to the beach. You know, so look, good on you. You're already prepared, and you didn't even know it.
You know what? I got a Harley with almost no electronics on it. That'd probably be all right, wouldn't it?
Oh my god, dude, yeah. Oh shit, fuck
Yeah.
yeah, that would run, dude.
I don't know if you
That would
guys
run.
could tell. He just creamed his pants over there.
Oh my god, yeah, because I literally I sold all of my Harleys like fucking years ago.
Treat
And
yourself, bro. You deserve one.
I think I need to buy another one. Although we were talking and I was talking about it, I'm like, I don't know if I'll get a Harley, I might get an Indian. I don't
Nothing
know.
wrong with an Indian. I mean, you're just
I
riding a
don't know.
glorified Polaris, and there's no problem with that.
Yeah, American. No, that's Canadian made, isn't it? It's Canadian made.
I have no idea.
Harley, I don't know. I have a problem with them right now. They're just
You know, I don't
okay.
like
We're getting
the
off
new
topic.
stuff.
Fucking wrangle the fucking squirrels. Skills and training. Like I have been saying,
Squirrel.
learned essential skills, basic first aid, gardening, food preservation skills. They're invaluable in an extended emergency.
And
You
what
can have
else
all the
isn't
shit.
what else is invaluable is having a friend that knows how to grow, Farmer Alex. Old Painless here. I keep forgetting you change your name in this shit. Old Painless.
Old painless. Yeah. Yeah, you don't even know what that's from.
How would I know? It's probably from before my time, you old ass.
I think it is from before your time, and it was a great movie. Community involvement is another one. Connect with local community groups focused on emergency preparedness and shared resources and knowledge. You know what? I know a great one. There is this new Discord server called Shit Hit the Fan Podcast or Shit Hit
Is
the
that what
Fan
it's called?
Shenanigans. I don't even
I think
fucking
it's
know what we're
Shenanigans.
called right now.
The only one that says "Shit Hits the Fan" podcast is our Facebook group,
Yeah.
because I think I made that one first. But everything else from that point was "Shit Hits the Fan" Shenanigans. So the Discord,
Yeah.
I don't know. Let me look here.
No, it is. It's Shit Hit the Fan Shenanigans.
Yeah, there we go. "Shit Hits the Fan" Shenanigans.
So
So
yeah,
if you want to get in with some shenanigans,
come join the group, get to know some pretty cool guys. Well, I think I'm pretty cool. I don't know about Mike. He's fucking pudwag half the time. But
who's got to pound their pud?
I mean, worst case Ontario, you get to watch us sling shit at one another, which is funny in itself. But you might get to learn some shit in a while. Like I was schooling them in fucking agriculture today. Like, grow zones, what to do. Yeah,
I didn't know the
that's my
first thing
bag.
about any of this, and let me tell you, you get a friend that knows their shit in farming, or like you said, our Discord. I don't know the first damn thing. I'm trying to get a couple of I don't know, tropical, is that what they are? Fucking tropical plants. Uh, not nothing, not marijuana or anything like that, because I know it's the first thing people are gonna jump to. No, acacia trees for something else, but I was wanting to know how to grow this. I didn't know the first thing. I would have got these fucking seeds because
Killed them.
apparently you can't get them here. I'd have killed them right away. I'd throw them in the fucking soil and been like, "Let's go, put a light on this bitch." It wouldn't work. So
And I'm
get
like,
yourself,
hey, fucking send them to me. I got this.
yeah. And that's exactly what's happening. I just ordered them the other day. So as
Oh,
soon as
you
they come
ordered
in,
them?
I fucking told you I was ordering them, dude.
That's cool. I've got these little pods that I can take the saplings
Yeah.
and mail them to you in.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh,
So
I got this all figured out. I've
nice.
got
Hell
it.
yeah.
I've got it covered. I can pop them, get them healthy, and I can ship them over to you.
Oh, hell yeah. Well,
We'll
that
have to
you know,
wait. We'll have to wait for warmer weather though.
we'll have to
We
wait for
can't do it
warmer
in this shit.
weather, and I'm thinking at some point throughout the summer we should probably link up. I'm not afraid of a little road trip, but we should
Fuck
get
yeah.
together and we'll have a few drinks. We'll shoot the shit and maybe record a few episodes together in the same room rather than telephonically like this.
Oh yeah, that'd be fun. We'll do that.
Yeah.
Fucking do that. Also, so the next one, this is the hard one.
Mhm.
Financial preparedness.
Did we do? Hold on. Home
Yep,
prepare.
we
Did we
did
do home
skills and training.
preparedness?
Yep,
Investors
financial
protector.
preparedness.
Did we do
Cash on hand.
Did we do alternative heating and cooking?
Yes, we did.
Okay, I missed all that then because I was
You're
probably high as
high.
shit.
Are you fucking high?
Dude, I haven't. I wish, but it's been. I'm going through the. I'm going through the federal hiring process right now. I am as sober as it gets. Other than, let me tell you, this is the first drink I've had in a long time.
Oh God, no.
I've
Oh
been sober
God.
for so long, it's terrible. Like, who just says, "All right, I'm gonna get sober one day"? A fucking idiot, and that's me. What a fucking terrible decision, Jesus Christ!
Oh
Why
my
did you?
God. Right as a bitch.
Sober sucks.
So financial preparedness. Keep cash on hand. Keep some cash in small denominations. As ATM and electronic payment systems are going to be down. Fuck yeah, they're going to be down. There's going to be people out there with their trucks at the bank, like hooked up with chains, trying to pull the fucking ATMs out of the fucking bank walls and shit. People are going to be doing crazy shit. Don't be one of them people. Be a prepared person. Just be prepared. Be sitting at home, being like laughing at these fuckers, being like, you guys, be like that goat on that movie Hoodwinked. Be prepared. You know, remember that? He was singing a song, his fucking little antlers making him fly and shit. Dude, just
So,
keep cash on hand and
so here's
just
here's an easy way to do that. So, I am one of the worst with money, absolutely the worst. But one way I was able to combat that and get a little bit better was anytime I come home and I've got change in my pocket, a few dollar bills or whatever, I've got a small safe. You can either stick it in the wall, bolt it to a shelf, doesn't fucking matter. But something like that just keeps it being so easily and readily available that you can stash in a closet or something. Every time I got 20 bucks, whatever, I throw it in there. I forget about it. And when it comes down to it, there's a small stash of cash right there, small denominations that you got that for if ever an emergency arose, whether it's an EMP like we're talking, end of the world bullshit, or if you're just a fucking broke dick that can't manage money like me. Uh, it's indelible, invaluable, whatever. Indelible means forever, permanent, right? So it's not indelible. It's
I think you're making up
invaluable.
words at this point.
Sometimes I do. Is it working? Do you believe me? Is it believable?
You know,
Let's just
statistically, 9 out of 10 times, 9 out of 10 times, if you throw a statistic in a conversation, no one will question you.
I've heard that.
So
I
I
was
would
gonna
take it
question
one
it, but I'm
step.
out of question it. Now
I'd
hold
take it
on,
one
real
step
quick.
further. What?
I was just about to do the same thing. I was just say, on top of that, anything else I find that might have value, i.e., scrap gold, and I know that sounds who finds
Good
fucking
point.
scrap gold. You know what? I've got 10 carat necklace chains, very small, very light necklace chains, but they're 10 carat necklace chains and shit
He's a
that I
baller,
throw in a
folks.
not even close. If you look at the scrap value of each of these, it's only a few bucks. But the fact of the matter is, just like with your change, just like with the dollars in your pocket, this shit adds up. So, like last night, I started looking into a jewelry forge just because I thought it might be a fun hobby, just to be able to forge a gold ring or something here and there, just for shits and gigs.
Like a
And
crucible?
yeah, well, the crucible is what you melted in inside the
Yeah.
forge. But yeah, so I was looking at that stuff, and I'm thinking, I got so much scrap silver over the last, like I said, I managed a pawn
You
shop.
could be
There's a lot
hunting
of little
werewolves,
bullshit
bro.
coming in. That's not a bad idea. Silver bullets, let's go. But little shit like that adds up. I've got a handful of, just scrap gold bullshit that people look at as trash. It's not actual trash. Little bits add up, especially think about this. $5 went a lot further 100 years ago than it does today. Now, if we go back in time, if an EMP hits and all of a sudden your electronics and shit don't work, we're going back in time. All of a
Yeah.
sudden, those little things become more valuable. That $5 worth of scrap gold or silver is now, like 100 years ago, $5 then would be, I don't know, $100 today. I don't fucking know the conversion, but that's what you're gonna get. That's only gonna increase in value if something were to happen.
The other thing is when you take your change, like Biker Mike says, and you throw it in a jar, don't go into the bank and trade it in for paper money. Go in, trade it in for Susan B. Anthony's.
Yep.
Go in, trade it in for Sacagaweas. Go in and trade it in for like the early Buffalo nickels when they redid them because the Buffalo has a dick hanging out. And that's just funny.
Does it
But no,
really?
seriously, like Susan B. Anthony's and your Sacagaweas, those it's precious metals. Your silver dollars, your gold dollars, those are more precious metals and that's gonna be more valuable than a piece of paper unless you run out of toilet paper. Now I'm not advocating wiping your ass with a dollar bill
But if you're
because no
feeling
one can
rich, you might
afford
as
that
well.
in this economy. But I'm just saying, be smart, trade it in for the coins. And you know what? On top of that, if you trade that change in for those silver dollars and those Susan B. or those silver dollars, those Susan B. Anthony's, and those Sacagaweas, if you're in a hard spot, you're going to be less likely than you would if you had paper money to take that money and blow it on something.
Oh, absolutely.
So, um, also with that is the importance of documents. Store important documents like your IDs, insurance policies, financial records in a waterproof and fireproof container. Go get a firebox. You can get them for cheap at Wally World.
Yeah.
That will save you so much strife. Just having that peace of mind that all the stuff that you need, the important documentation is there. Birth certificates, all that. Who knows what we're going to need if something like this happens and we need to get society back on track?
Yeah, just wait
I
till
could
we
say
start
I'm Biker
demanding your
Mike.
credentials, your papers every time you come through. Oh, it's going to be a great time. What does that
So
sound
I
like to you?
mean, you got to have all your ducks in a row, and what better way to do that than to have it in a fireproof box? Now, along with that, if an EMP happens, there's going to be a lot of transformers exploding and a lot of overloaded lines. There's going to be a lot of fires. So on top of that, a fireproof container is not going to be a bad way. So it's just how it rolls. Are you changing the font of our names on here?
Oh, you
You're
noticed.
really fucking with my chi, kiddo. Holy shit.
I didn't know what I was doing, but it's cool.
Yeah, I guess so. So next up is mental preparedness and emotional preparedness. First off, grow a set of balls. You're gonna get through this. You got to. You know, you're gonna hit hard times. And you know what? Sometimes you just gotta nut up. It's gonna suck. It's not gonna be. Did you just rim shot me?
I just found all these controls. This is awesome.
All right, cuck, stop doing this. All
Okay,
right,
maybe
that
I'll
was
do
awesome.
it. I didn't even mean to do it
So,
that time. Whoops.
anyways, mental and emotional preparedness, be tough, dude. No, tough times might happen. You're a hard ass. You got this. Stay informed. Keep updated on potential threats and preparedness strategies. Develop a resilient mindset. You got to be positive about it. You got to be adaptable. You got to be able to handle this shit. The stress. It's going to happen. You know, you're going to make
In a
it.
wor-
You're a tough motherfucker.
and we live in a world of these days of what do they call it, mental, we need mental health days and blah blah blah. When it comes down to something like that, I hate to say it, you're not going to be able to be like, I need a mental health day today, I need a cry closet. Sorry to break it to you, but this is when it's time to nut up.
It is. It really is. And you're going to see people fold and it's going to break your heart. But you gotta be tough for this. If something like this happens, you have two choices. You can stand your ground. You can say, this is the fucking problem. You can do the
I'm
fucking
looking at
math,
them.
solve the fucking problem, move on to the next problem, do the fucking math, solve the problem, move on to the next problem. And you know what? You can survive.
One problem at a time.
Just one thing at a fucking time. But you can do that or you can lay down and die. And you'll see a lot of people do that.
You will
You know,
definitely
and
see a
it's
lot of
sad.
that.
But at the base of it, you got to know you're a tough motherfucker and you got this. You know what?
Every single one of you out there, you have the ability, you have the strength,
Absolutely.
you need to have the mindset.
Just believe in yourself and know. You know, bad shit happens. And the toughest steel is forged in the hottest dumpster fires. You can hit me with the rim shot there.
Oh, that's right. Where's that?
Oh, you done fucked that up. Oh, there we go. Okay.
There we go. Took a minute. I'm still learning it.
So, anyways, from here we have the EMP has happened, and now it's time
I
to
can get off
survive.
this stuff.
So, the first thing you have is immediate actions. You need to stay calm and assess the situation. That's doing the math, seeing the problem, doing the math, solving the problem, moving on to the next problem.
Panic can lead to
Stay
poor
calm.
decision making. Take a moment to breathe. Well, you just said that, huh?
You do. I mean, seriously, if you fucking panic, what are you gonna do? You're just wasting fucking energy, and 20 minutes later, you're in the same fucking situation minus the energy.
Minus the energy, and that energy might be the difference between life and death. You don't know what's out there.
Absolutely, and
You
it
don't know what's
sounds
happening.
in the society in the world we're living in right now. That doesn't sound like much. You know, I've seriously, my employees that listen to this will be like, oh, that motherfucking boss of mine. They've all seen me throw a fucking wrench across a shop and say, motherfucking nah. And then I'm like, I compose myself, I smoke a cigarette, and I'm like, all right, I got this. And then I fix the problem. But what are you going to do if you lose your shit and you like shut down? You're going to be in the same fucking boat. And ain't no
At
one
that point,
coming
you
to
just
fucking
gave
save
up.
you. Ain't no
Exactly.
one coming to save you. You got you
In
got
our
to be able to take care
situation,
of it.
we talked about delayed response times with emergency services. How about no response times? Think about it.
Oh
There's no
shit,
if there's
yeah.
no communication, how the fuck are they gonna know that you're in trouble? Think about that. You
Messenger
know,
pigeons.
can we get those still?
I someone's probably made little hot wings out of them by then.
Probably. That sounds like a very British thing, though.
I don't know. I would do it. I would fucking eat squab. It's
No,
food.
I meant the messenger pigeon thing. Isn't that what they did with like the early tanks in Britain? Was like they were like, no, we don't need radios and those bitches. Give them a fucking messenger pigeon.
Oh
Pretty
fuck
sure that
that,
that
dude.
was a
No,
thing.
dude. No, we don't. No, we're Americans. We cross a river on Christmas Eve and fucking kill people in their sleep.
Exactly. Merry Christmas,
We have
motherfucker.
no fucking chill. So, anyways, stay calm, assess the situation. You know, panic leads to poor decision making. You know, breathe, assess your surroundings. Check for immediate dangers. Make sure your fucking house ain't on fire. Make sure your dog's not on fire. Make sure the neighbor isn't eating your dog.
Make sure there's no
Um,
immediate hazards. Nobody's breaking into your fucking woodshed or your shop.
no, yeah, because that sounds crazy. That shit'll happen.
It will
Make
absolutely.
sure there's no fires caused by electrical surges or accidents due to the traffic lights failures or whatever.
And
Um,
know where your fuse box, your fuse panel is in your house, because if that happens, shut that shit off, just to be
oh my
safe.
God, yeah. And if you ever smell like fucking like fish in your house,
means you should take a bath.
No, it means you got a fucking electrical fire, yo. You ever smell electrical fire?
Oh yeah, I've experienced
Yeah.
yesterday. I used to be I did the volunteer firefighter thing for a while.
Oh, that's right. Crazy bastard. I'm gonna
I
be the
like
one running
adrenaline.
out of a burning building. You're running into it.
Well, they give you all the shit to survive it, so.
I don't give a shit. That's still crazy. You're crazier than me there. I mean, I'm crazier than you in a lot of aspects, but I'm not running into a burning building unless one of my kids are in there, or my wife, or my dogs, because I love my dogs.
And even then, you're gonna probably think about it for a second, because I mean, it's fire. Let's be honest.
Yeah, it's true. That's true. But I still fucking do it because I love them.
Fact.
All right, maybe I'm crazy too. Uh, Speaking of, check on your loved ones. Communicate if possible. Try to reach out to family members and neighbors to ensure that they're safe, that they're all good, that they don't need anything. Use non-electrical methods such as face-to-face communication or signaling. You complete me.
Was that I love you? Buckle up.
Jesus Christ.
Alex, all right.
Conserve.
Let me ask you a question.
What?
What do you do if the traffic lights are out? Because you know that the traffic lights will be out. What do you do in that situation?
Fucking all the cars are done anyways because everything's fucking electrical.
Good. I mean, some are. Some are. You got a lot of old trucks out there still, because
Yeah,
old square bodies are fucking,
still rolling. Well, I mean, God, I don't know. Fucking
So
stop at the intersection.
yeah, they say to treat it like intersections and whatever stoplights treat it like a stop sign.
Yeah,
Uh, that being said, keep in mind pandemonium, panic. I would approach it with caution from an indirect angle, or cut around if you could, because you don't know who's zooming through there at 1,000 miles an hour. Because I gotta get home. Think about it.
why are you yelling?
Because I'm fucking full of energy and
I
bullshit. That
feel
sucked
like you're
last
very
week.
hostile right now.
You haven't even seen Hostel yet, big boy.
You need another drink. You just made me break out knife palm. Oh my God. Okay,
Take a sip. Calm down.
conserve resources. Hey, shut your whore mouth. I love you. Shut your whore mouth. Conserve resources, food and water. Use your stockpile of non perishable food and water sparingly. Ensure everyone in your household has access to essentials. Batteries and power sources. Use battery powered devices conservatively. Prioritize their use for critical tasks like communication and lighting, not fucking playing Angry Birds when you're taking a shit, Biker Mike.
We'll we'll wait till the time comes. See what happens.
Do you know what we did before cell phones? We read the
You
fucking
read
air
the
freshener
shampoo
can.
bottle.
The air freshener.
Oh, that's right. There's the potpourri air freshener can. Yeah, I remember the old days before cell phones too. Come on, man. I was talking about party lines earlier. Get the fuck out of here.
That's true. So
I know that shampoo bottle back to front, okay?
short-term survival, secure shelter. So if you have a house, stay in your fucking house. Probably gonna have martial law anyways. There's gonna be curfews. Check on your neighbors. Stay in your immediate area. You don't want to go. This isn't fucking Mad Max yet. This is the first couple days. So you want to
Mad
stay
Max was
indoors.
fun, man.
That's going to protect you from chaotic situations outside because there's going to be people losing their ever fucking loving mind because they weren't prepared. Ensure your home is secured and comfortable. Temperature control. Use blankets, extra clothing, natural ventilation to maintain comfortable temperatures in your home, i.e., open a fucking window.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah, now you have
So,
me yelling.
so
You stress me out.
it's about time you pick up on the energy. It's a vibe, okay? Now, you you and I live in the extreme north here, though. Keep that
Yes,
in mind. We live in states of extremes. We have extreme cold,
I live in the
and we
state
have
of
extreme
denial.
that too. But you have extreme colds in the wintertime. You have extreme
Yes,
heat in the summertime, right? I'm assuming you do as
yes,
well.
Oh,
You
absolutely.
know, uncomfortable heat. So we're the idea stay indoors initially. That depends on the time of year. Because let me tell you, if it's summertime, I'm gonna be out in the backyard, probably the bonfire going, cooking s'mores, and inviting the neighbors over. I'm not panicking yet.
Okay. Will you cook s'mores?
I've got a kid, of course I cook s'mores. Well, you
Well,
cook the
that's true.
marshmallow for
That's true.
it.
Information and communication. Again, emergency radios. Use battery powered or hand crank emergency radios to stay updated on news and emergency broadcasts. Also, what's cool is if you're tuned in to your NOAA weather radio, they will use that for emergency broadcasts also. Community coordination, establish neighborhood communication network to stay informed, to share information and resources. This could be as simple as organizing a daily check-in or meetings. That goes back to the good old neighborhood watch. I mean, you roll through all these neighborhoods and you see that neighborhood watch sign where it's like that shady dude with the fucking hat on. But how
Yep.
many fucking neighborhoods actually have their fucking neighborhood watch meetings? They
I
just
think it's a
watch
dying
out and they
thing.
make sure no one's getting on their fucking property. But you know what? You gotta watch out for your neighbors kind of in this
We call those
situation.
HOAs, waiting to be a Karen.
Oh, fuck HOAs. They are the scourge of the fucking earth.
That's like the
Bunch
people
of
that couldn't
fucking
make it in
idiots.
any other leadership capacity had to form together just so they could be the boss of the neighborhood because they got nothing better going on.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say it.
Sorry.
Bunch of fucking cunts in my experience.
You live in an HOA, don't you?
God, no, I don't. Fuck that. I will never buy a house in an HOA.
Oh, yeah, you live out in the sticks like me.
I do. I got a little
Oh, we
privilege
can
there.
get banned for using the cunt word.
I don't give a shit.
Okay.
We'll just rename
I'm
this and
down
start
with it.
over fresh.
What was that?
Worst case scenario, we'll fucking start over fresh with a new page or whatever. I don't give a shit.
Oh, fuck. I don't know.
They're not gonna ban our Discord. We still got our central communication and
We
directory
own
there.
that. So, anyways, yeah. Health and hygiene. Wash
Take your
your
showers.
asshole. What?
Yes. I was fucking agreeing with you.
Wash your asshole. That's
Don't be
fucking
a fucking
nasty if
smelly
you don't.
motherfucker. Now, on that, all right. So the gas station down the road. Let's be honest, down the road for me is a mile and a half or so. But my normal gas station I frequent, we all have one of those. I don't go there anymore because of that exact fucking health and hygiene reason. Jesus Christ, take a fucking shower, wash your goddamn clothes once in a blue moon. There's a guy there. Now I work graveyards. I work graveyard, and there is one guy there on graveyard every fucking night, and he's there when I go to work and when I get off because I work 8 hours. I don't work 8.5, 9, whatever. So I tend to see him on my way in, and as he's about to get off. Now this motherfucker, I don't go there anymore because anytime I get a coffee or anything and get up to the counter, dude fucking stinks. You could smell him 20 feet away. He's so
Are you
fucking
talking?
bad.
This dude smells like nuts and butts.
Even worse than that, dude. Like, you know, I'm not even. I want to throw up thinking about it, but I went there for the first time this morning on my way home from work. First time in a month, hoping that maybe this guy's not going to be there because I like everybody else that works there. You know, I got that personal relationship with most of those people that work there. You know,
With Stinky
but
Boy?
not Stinky Boy. Good God, that guy fucking stinks. He needs to fucking get a grip. I don't know how he's got a fucking job where people can stand working with him. But, anyways, I get my kid a hot chocolate because every once in a while, he's like, Dad, will you please, please, please? I'm like, yeah, you know, it's Saturday morning. I'm getting off work. I got you a hot chocolate and a donut, kiddo. And every time, this guy, I avoid him
Who the fucker
like
never
the
gives me
fucking
a hot
plague.
chocolate and a donut?
You didn't say please.
Oh, okay.
But this motherfucker comes up, and it's so bad. I don't know how somebody can live with themselves like this, because I've got a steel stomach, and I still want to throw up with this fucking guy. Holy shit! Don't be fucking stinky. In basic training, we had a guy that wouldn't. He didn't fucking shower, and He wore one pair of ACUs through all of basic training. I don't think he ever fucking washed them. It was the most disgusting thing. How can you
How did your
stink
fucking
so
drill
bad?
instructor let that fly?
He wasn't in my platoon, thank God.
Ooh.
But I couldn't tell
Okay.
you. Fucking stinky. Good God.
All right. So wash your asshole. Maintain good hygiene to prevent illness. Use hand sanitizers and water, or and if water is limited, use alternative methods like wet wipes or cleaning wipes. Um, I
Bear in mind,
actually
your
in my
water is probably not going to be working when you turn the faucet on as
no,
much
it's
as you
not
want it to be.
unless you have a generator hooked up to your well, like me,
If you have a well,
like
bear
old
in mind,
painless.
most people aren't on a
Oh,
well.
if they live in the city, they're fucked.
Even here, I live in the sticks, and half the houses on my road are still on evergreen water and sewer. You know.
Really? Are you on
Yeah.
a well?
So my property was split back in the 40s, and with that, the neighbor maintained their whatever agricultural zoning or whatever.
Yep.
I did not. This side did not of the property did not maintain it. So to give you an idea, I've got a creek running behind the house. Because I'm not zoned agriculturally, I can't even throw a pump in the water and pump water out of the creek. It's illegal. They will come down on me. But the
You know
neighbor being
what?
zoned
That's the last
agriculturally
fucking
can.
thing they're gonna do in that situation.
You never know. It's the fucking federal government. They're going to do everything they can to fuck everyone sideways. Keep that in mind. Am I wrong? Tell me I'm wrong.
I'm not side with you. I don't want to be audited or whatever. You can fucking talk
But
all that shit you want.
but I did work it out. The neighbors are perfectly fine with me throwing that pump in the water behind their house. So
Oh, that's cool.
yeah, no,
Okay.
we're good.
I was gonna say, with alternative methods like wipes and stuff, dude. Bug out bag, dude wipes.
Dude wipes. Yes. Don't throw that shit in the fucking toilet or the sewer.
No,
You dirty motherfuckers. It may
no,
say
throw
it's
it in the
flushable.
trash.
It is not.
Throw it in the trash.
Absolutely.
Um,
Burn it.
Also, first aid. Administer first aid is needed to ensure that everyone has access to basic medical supplies.
And sometimes first aid is fucking washing your nuts too because you don't want a goddamn infection.
Nuts and butts. You wash your asshole, wash your balls, preferably your balls first.
And if you got a dude
Um,
wipe left over, go for the pits. We don't want to smell that either.
yeah, I'd handle the pits over smelling nuts and butts. Um, Long-term survival, resource management goes to rationing. Implement a rationing system for food, water, and other critical supplies. You know, you'll hear some of this stuff keep repeating, and there's a reason it repeats because very important. Um, so rationing is a huge thing in long term. Renewable resources, you need to identify renewable resources or renewable
Hold on, I got
sources.
something for you here.
What's that?
Oh, let me see if I can make this a bigger picture. Come on, open up, motherfucker. So I was gonna throw in rainwater collection. You know, bear
Yeah.
in mind we just talked about, you know, there won't be water flowing if you don't have a creek or anything like that. Now, let's see if I can bring this up. If I can
Make
figure
sure
shit
you're
out.
boiling that shit though.
You, if you're intaking it, absolutely, absolutely.
Doesn't
Um,
matter if you're pumping it out of a stream, unless that pump is a filter pump.
but something like this, I mean, this one shows it's got a. I don't know if you can see my cursor there, but it's got a little
Yep.
pump built in right there. But ultimately, something to be able to collect rainwater in and funnel. Because let me tell you, if you just have a funnel sitting on top of this guy right there, you're not collecting much rainwater. All this shit's coming off the roof and through a gutter system. You're gonna want something like that to be able to at least collect a modicum, a modest amount of water to do anything with.
Yeah.
But especially like old Painless said there. What? How the fuck do I stop this thing? Um, like old Painless was saying there, boil that shit.
Yeah,
You're gonna
you
want to
need
kill
to.
all the parasites. So I mean, unless you like bugs, whatever. Everybody's got their thing.
Oh yeah. So where were we?
Where were you?
So identify renewable sources of water like rainwater and food, such as a home garden, to supplement your stockpile. Alternative power solutions, solar power, rechargeable batteries, to generate more. Manual tools. Rely on non-electric tools and equipment to perform your everyday tasks.
Make sure you got a
You
shovel and a
know,
rake.
don't run that table saw, run that handsaw. Community cooperation, bartering and sharing, establishing a bartering system with neighbors to exchange goods and services. Say I have 6 chickens and Biker Mike has 3 milk cows. He doesn't have chickens. I don't have cows. He needs eggs. I need milk. Boom. There you go. Community
This is a
projects.
very good reason to not have those stupid domestic feuds with your goddamn neighbors. You may hate the guy next door. That guy may be your only hope when something like this happens, though.
Absolutely. Yeah, don't be a dick to your neighbor. My neighbor, dude, I have a neighbor named Dave that is a fucking godsend. When old Painless don't know how to do something, all I gotta do is go get a hold of that old codger, Dave, and he knows how to do it. And he'll teach me how to do it.
That's a good
So,
neighbor to have.
oh yeah, he is. And I try and help him out as much as I can with like firewood and stuff too. But
Yeah.
yeah, he teaches me shit all the time. He's a really good guy. Community projects. Work on community projects like a communal garden, water purification systems, and shared resources. Um, Safety and security is going to be a big thing if it's really, really long term. So you're going to want to secure entry points, um, not just to your home, but to your neighborhood. You're going to want to make sure that entry points to your home and neighborhood are secure to prevent unauthorized access. This might be uh, setting up like a guard shack. Like if you have like a subdivision or you live on the country mile, you know,
At the at the
posting
very
posting guards and having
at
a
the very
guard
least,
rotation.
yeah, get yourself locks. Get you those uncuttable locks or whatever, and lock your shit up. Secure your shit at the very least. You know.
Oh, barricades block off with cars and stuff. Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
lot of stuff you can do, and
I've
it's not stuff
actually,
you're going to be able to do by yourself. You're going to have to get your neighbors involved.
and it's funny you mention it because I've seen on more than a few occasions out in this area where people literally use an old beater car as a gate. They pull it up in front of the driveway and back and forth across the driveway to block it off.
Over here in
I thought it
Michigan, they
was
like
hillbilly as shit, but it works.
over here in Michigan, they like to drop an old oak tree across that road or that driveway.
That sounds like a
You ever seen
little bit
that one
more
out there?
permanent solution. I have seen that. It just seems like a little bit more permanent of a
Well, no,
solution
because
there.
then you just go cut your way in, then you got your firewood for your camp.
There you go.
So, neighborhood watch, organized neighborhood watch, monitor and protect the community from potential threats. Avoid unnecessary travel. Stay put. Like us, like we were saying, there's probably going to be martial law unless absolutely necessary. Avoid traveling. Transportation systems are going to be unreliable and unsafe at best at this point.
And
So
fuel will
stay
become more
put.
and more difficult to get a hold of.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
ration
So
that shit.
and just be prepared for this. Mental and emotional well-being, stay informed, keep up to date with the latest information and instructions from authorities in this situation. That's going back to your emergency radios because they'll give you updates. Support networks, build and maintain a support network of family, friends, and neighbors to provide emotional and practical assistance. I mean, sometimes the world seems a little bit bigger when you got someone to just shoot the shit with.
Absolutely. Just
So
like you and I talk shit constantly. That makes the day go by better.
yeah, it does. It does. But and it's a lot to take in, and it's a
That's what
scary
she said.
situation to think about. But it's an alternate reality, and it's something. It's a what if. It's something that could happen. So I mean, it's best to think about this stuff. I mean, not dwell on it, but think about it and have a plan. So if it happens, you can protect and provide for you and yours.
Absolutely. And when it comes down to it, your main goal is to make sure you and your family, your dependents, your whoever you care about makes it through.
Yeah. So I mean, that's about what it comes to. Now, thankfully, we're not in this hellish nightmare landscape. Hopefully, we never are. I would rather be
There's
called
always a possibility.
I'd rather be called a crazy idiot that wasted money on, you know, having 40 pounds of rice and 40 pounds of beans and mylar and buckets and being ready and, 80 gallons of palatable water ready to go. I hope I never need it. That's the end game. Is to hope you never need it.
Absolutely.
But if it needs to be used, I've got it. And it
It's
doesn't matter.
better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it.
Absolutely. And if you think about it, it doesn't have to be an EMP
It could be a
or a
power
solar
outage,
flare. It could be a hurricane. It could be a
which is
massive
common.
winter storm.
The wildfires in California.
Absolutely. Knocking out power grids. You could be weeks without, the normal infrastructure being there that you need to survive. What are you going to do? So
Oh
it's
my
not like
god.
the worst case end of the world scenario. It could be just Mother Nature being a bitch. It could
Absolutely. And which
be,
is the most likely scenario, for being honest.
yeah, the super
So
volcano that Mike's sitting on.
I'm I'm out of the immediate death zone at least.
Dude, Yellowstone's gonna take your ass out.
Whatever, we're fucking going out in a blaze of glory, motherfucker.
Dude, whatever.
What
I'm gonna call that like the
what
Dutton fucking death.
shit. I mean that they're on it down there. I'm a little further north, so but I mean the same thing, up here it's been since we've had a lot of scares, I guess, over the past several years here with flooding, but back in 64, they call it the Great Flood of 64 or whatever. Exactly where I live. I love you, son. Let me finish this, okay?
Okay,
But
I just want to tell you I'm playing Call of Duty Michonne.
okay, well, sorry. Uh, but back in 64, they called it the Great Flood of 64. There's pictures. I mean, there's a freaking museum dedicated to it, even. Where I'm sitting right now was the only spot in Evergreen, and there's only one reason for that, that wasn't under several feet of water. You go further up into town, and they were using an underpass that comes down and under an old train bridge was being used as a boat launch, and people were literally dragging their motor or their mobile homes and shit with 4x4 trucks whenever they could out of as far as they could, just yanking it right off the foundations and blocks and whatever, not even disconnecting the power and pipes, trying to save their homes from this flood, because we're right on the Flathead River, the main branch of the Flathead River here, and so it like something like that is a real worry down here. But I just happen to be in the right spot that is basically it's a gravel pit. It was the very bottom of Flathead Lake, used to fill the entire valley, and that's where I am. And so for some reason, the drainage right here where my house is perfect. The old guy across the road, who's been here his entire life, was telling me that when the Great Flood happened, the house that used to be here where mine sits, the water came right up to the base of the house, and that was it. It didn't engulf the house, didn't bury the house, didn't float the house away. So I'm in a good spot. But where I'm at is definitely a distinct possibility of this happening again. So everybody, you, me, everybody out there has a worry that they may not even know about, which is why it's always good to have this backup plan. You remember back, were you in Cub Scouts, Boy Scouts, whatever as a kid?
Yes.
Yeah, me too. And so, even if you think the prepper stuff and what we're talking about is crazy, could never happen, it doesn't hurt to be prepared. Take your kids out, and if all else, if you never use this equipment, you teach your children basic life skills. If they didn't have this power or something were to happen in their lifetime, teach them how to chop a tree, teach them how to start a fire.
Take your kids camping.
Exactly. Teach them how to fish. I mean,
You mean
we were
people
talking
don't
about
do that?
you'd be surprised. It's incredible how many people don't. Have fun with it. We were talking about paracord last time. It's got several little smaller threads inside the main rope there. Pull those out and teach your kid how to loop a hook and throw it in with a stick or whatever. Teach them how to catch a fish without needing an actual fishing pole. Have fun with it. Turn it into an adventure and something exciting. You're teaching, you're learning, you're having fun all at the same time. Catch that fish, cook it over the fire out back. Have fun with it. And you're prepared. Your kids are prepared without even realizing it or taking any skin off anyone's back.
That works. Well, with that, we are rolling into the show's end, and I guess I just want to say, as always, God bless our troops. God bless the USA. And Mike, you're a dick.
You're not wrong. All right, this was a fun episode. We've gone half an hour longer than we intended, but you know what? This was a good one. We had fun with this one. Plus, Alex, are you writing storybooks and not telling? You're a fucking good writer, dude. Like, I was surprised when you sent me that, and I was like, holy shit, this guy's got a creative bone in his body somewhere.
Yeah. No, I've written for a long time. I've been writing a memoir for years, and maybe one day when I'm dead, the kids will read it and be like, wow, Dad wasn't so fucked up. Or maybe he was fucked up. But now we understand why.
Actually. Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, no, all right. I was raised I may talk a lot of slang and hillbilly, but
Yeah.
I was raised the English language is there and is at my command. So yeah. All right.
I don't know if you guys
It
feel-
really surprises you, doesn't it?
You know what? I didn't take it into account before, but I'm kind of a stickler for spelling and grammar, and I didn't realize until I read that I was like, holy shit, this guy actually spells things right and uses proper grammar in the Discord chats and shit. And it's not one of those things that I ever really chalked up before, because I always notice when it's shitty and people can't type, spell, or whatever. But I realized that I've never actually been like, Alex, you fucking suck, dude.
Nice. Oh god. I'll take that compliment as a win.
All right, bro. Well, this is a fun one. I can't wait to film the next one with you.
Same, bro.
We'll catch up later.
All right.
All
Night,
right.
brother.
Everybody have a good night. We'll see you.